Boom! Heyo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Today was the calm before the storm. We are about to get a couple more earnings that are coming out here after the bell, but really, guys, tomorrow is when the real fun begins. Alphabet, Microsoft, Fed meeting Wednesday, Apple, Amazon Thursday, GDP numbers Thursday. Are we in a recession? Some inflation data at the end of that as well. This is going to be the most influential, important week of the entire year. What the market's going to do for the remaining of 2022 is going to be determined and decided this week as the bulk of the S&P 500 reports their earnings. Guys, my name is Michael Edward. I'm an award-winning hedge fund trader. Began my career over 15 years ago working at a fund in New York City. My very first job right out of college. I learned how to trade during the 2008 great financial crisis, the Great Recession, the stock market crash. Most of you that are on this live stream, the worst stock market crash that most of you have ever lived through or maybe even traded through, certainly the worst recession. It's called the Great Recession for a reason, but I actually thrived in that environment, going on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Folks, True Trading Group exists to help you to learn, trade, and profit consistently, and it is our primary goal and something that we are very, very good at continuously achieving. Since 2016, True Trading Group has helped thousands of members of all different trading styles and types and backgrounds and experience levels become successful. And by successful, I mean make money. And since our goal is to help you guys make money, let's actually start this stream off with having a very real conversation about building wealth. And make no mistake about it, guys, real wealth is built during times just like these. For those that attended last night's live stream, forgive the similar intro, but it is needed. If you did not do so last night, then you should be taking some notes because we had a really fantastic live stream last night. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I do these 6 nights a week. This week, we're going to find out if we're in a recession. And if we are, it's a very different kind of recession. Yes, inflation is high. Interest rates are rising, but job numbers still remain stable, and the positive labor market remains tight. For every unemployed person, there is roughly just under 2 open job positions that are available, and unemployment still sits at a ridiculously low 3.6%. This means that the consumer, despite all the doom and gloom which is being perpetuated on the news, is in fact stably employed and are able to find a pretty stable job. You recently just had Amazon. They said that they just had the biggest Prime Day ever. Well, we're going to find out what their earnings are going to say here this week, because you're going to get Amazon earnings this week, as well as Apple, as well as Alphabet, as well as Meta, as well as Microsoft. All the big ones are coming out here this week. CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, said the consumer remains strong. Spending is up. As a matter of fact, spending is way up, according to American Express. American Express said consumer spending is up like 18%. Jamie Dimon at JP Morgan said consumer spending is up. He said small business credit is as good as he's ever seen. But people hear the word recession, they immediately think 2008. Well, 2008 was not a normal run-of-the-mill recession. It's actually the worst recession that we have ever had. And the recession before that, 2000s, when the dot-com bubble burst, was the second worst recession that we have ever had. Humans tend to have, they tend to be a product of their own memory, whether they look back and they hear the word recession and they automatically think about the worst recessions that you've ever had in history, because those are the ones that most recently that we've had. But throughout history, there have been a whole lot of run-of-the-mill, average historical recessions that are nowhere near 2008 or the dot-com bubble. Now, here's the truth, okay? Yes, it is my strong belief that we will enter a recession or either be getting confirmation that we're already in one, all right, from this Thursday's GDP data. And if that's the case, then fantastic, guys. If we're already in a recession, it's the best case scenario, because the labor market right now is still super tight. Like I said, every one person unemployed, you got about 2 open jobs. That's not including people that are like supplementing for inflation with like Uber and DoorDash and everything else, right? But my belief is something I've been saying since the end of 2021, and that is that we're going to have a recession, but it's going to be unlike anything that we've ever experienced before. And I'm not the only person that believes that. The Wall Street Journal published an article the other day that says if the U.S. is in a recession, it's a very strange one. They quoted, economic output is down, but the job market is still strong, unlike previous recessions. So despite the fact right now the consumer is more fearful, yet for the most part, they remain cashed up and stably employed. And here's a pretty interesting fact. CNBC did a survey amongst retail investors. Do you think right now is a good time to invest in stocks? 59% said no. Would you like to know the last time that the number for that survey was that bad? 2008. After the market crashed in 2008, 56% of surveyed participants said right now is not a good time to invest in the markets. Well, according to CNBC's recent survey, people say that right now is an even worse time to invest in the markets than they did in 2008. And guess what? Those 56% of people in 2008 were completely dead wrong. Dead wrong. Not even like, oh, kind of right. Nope, dead wrong. Because 2009, exactly 1 year later, the S&P went up over 20% in the heart of the Great Recession. See, that's how the stock market works. The stock market doesn't show you where we are today. It shows you where we're going to be in the future. Stock market trades looking forward, does not trade based on today. Stock markets crash going into a recession. They bottom in it. And by the time the recession is over, the stock market's already taken back the entire move that it had going into the recession that caused that stock market crash in the first place. And that evidence has never been more obvious than when you take a look at what happened in 2008 and 2009. And I'll just show you guys here briefly real quick. Right? Here's 2008. Stock market crashed brutally in 2008. Actually, the worst year for the S&P 500 in history. The worst 1 year decline in history for the S&P was 2008. Then just 1 year later, this was going into the recession. Then 1 year later, still in the recession, the S&P went up over 20%. By 2010, just 2 years later, that's it. Just 2 years later, we had already taken back the entire crash that was 2008. Literally, 2 years later, we took back the entire move to the downside. That's what I mean by the stock market will crash going into the recession. It will bottom while you were in it. And by the time the recession is over, well, guess what? You're back to all-time highs. And if you wait until the market is back to all-time highs, my friends, you are missing out on a tremendous wealth building opportunity. Money is made during the recession. That is when the educated investors are able to take advantage of Black Friday discount sale prices. Stock market's the greatest builder of wealth that anyone will ever experience. And a lot of you know this to be fact because you're watching this live stream. The stock market is designed in a way that no matter who you are, where you come from, how much time you have or don't have, how much money you have to start with, you have every opportunity to succeed. But is it easy? No, it's not. Nothing worth doing ever is. But is it possible if you guys are educated, belong to the right community, and utilize the right tools and have access to the right information? Yes, absolutely it is. And at True Trading Group, we've seen this firsthand, helping thousands of members over the years make consistent money and find financial independence. At True Trading Group, we focus on day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, options, crypto, ETFs, futures, commodities. There's something for everybody in True Trading Group because it's not just me. There's 8 other professional traders that are moderators that share their opinions and alert you in real time when entering and exiting all of their trades via push notifications from our free mobile app. There's no delay. We make sure to share our screens all day, trading live with you from pre-market till after hours. Every day the stock market's open. If you can't be in chat, don't worry about it. Listen real time to the live audio analysis on all of our trade alerts from your mobile device. If you guys work full time, this is what keeps you in the game. Plain and simple, folks, at TTG, members are making money and becoming better traders. And I want you to watch this, pay very close attention to what I'm about to say here. Members directly, I'm talking to members. If you are a member of True Trading Group, I'd like you to type the $ in chat right now. If you are making money and you're becoming better traders, I want you to go ahead and type the $. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, just pay attention to the comments and the response that you're about to see on that side of the screen, because these are your peers. These are members of True Trading Group that are telling you that they're making money and they're becoming better traders. And if they can do it, then so can you. They found us the same exact way you did. That's right here on one of these live streams. They had all the same excuses that you had. Full-time job, no experience, lost money before, small account. But now here they are typing the $ telling you they're actually making money. The best part is, guys, that all these people typing the $, they didn't get some secret strategy that the Wall Street elitists, when I worked at a hedge fund, they showed me the secret and I shared it with them when I wasn't supposed to. They didn't learn one special secret pattern that has a 100% success rate. No, they learned the real secret to the stock market. And that's being part of a supportive community where you're going to get a real, actual professional education like I received working at the fund. And you're going to receive winning, transparent, real-time alerts and get access to the tools that are needed to give you the best chance to make money, plain and simple. This works, guys, and we've got a track record to back it up. If you're new to the channel, like I said, we do these live streams 6 days a week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. But along with the massive golden nuggets, free lessons, education, trade analysis, and ideas, we do sell memberships on this live stream. And that's why we like to call this an edumercial instead of an infomercial. One of the things that we do go through, I'll go through this a little bit later on in the live stream. One of the things that we do offer as we go through our sales pitch later on is a double your money back guarantee. It's very simple. You guys have 12 months, complete our courses, pass our quizzes, attend one study group. If at the end of your membership, you did not make back your membership fee at least once, I will give you double your money back. Now, more on that in a bit, okay? But the point is that our track record speaks for itself. And although I cannot guarantee that you are going to be successful, I can share with you that we have a refund rate of roughly 2.5% since 2016. And I can also share with you that we have a retention rate of about 78%, which means 78% of all True Trading Group members are choosing to either renew their annual membership or upgrade to become a lifetime member of True Trading Group. We're also 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 1,650 reviews. Go read them. There's no better review than one from your peers. Based on what our members tell us, based on their reviews, our retention rate, and our refund rate, I can confidently say that True Trading Group has worked for many people. And if you can put forth some effort, there's a really good chance that it can work for you as well. Like we and other publications like Wall Street Journal are saying, this recession that everybody is fearing, that the media is using to create fear, to generate more clicks and views so they can make money, that's what's happening. The media and all these other news outlets, how do they make money? They make money by clicks and views. They make money by your eyeballs. So they're going to say some pretty crazy and outlandish things. You're going to see YouTube videos with people that are saying, stock market crash, 80% downside, warning. You're going to see that. And that's to scare the living crap out of you. But you see, those people don't make money by you being successful. Those people make money just by you watching what they're saying. And that's why they're going to say the craziest, most outlandish things possible. Why? Because human beings are attracted to superlatives. They're attracted to sensationalism and exaggerations. It's the same reason why nobody can take their eyes off of a car crash when they drive past it on the highway. The worse the crash, the more likely you are to look. Same thing applies to the media. Guys, this is one of the greatest wealth building opportunities that you're going to ever experience. If you missed the opportunity to invest in 2008, you're about to get handed with another recession that is going to provide you with long-term wealth building opportunity. Just like Warren Buffett says, be greedy when others are fearful. And right now, that quote's never been more true. Professionals on Wall Street already know this to be true, and now you're hearing it. Let me explain. Because leading up to a recession, the overall markets, along with many individual stocks, have already come down in price per share. A lot. Now, this has no doubt been a stock market crash, especially when you look at it from individual names. This everything crash that you've seen has caught many retail traders looking like deer in headlights because they watch their 401ks and long-term portfolios just take massive hits. Every single attempt to buy the dip that worked during the pandemic and has mostly failed in 2022. Going long, again, something that worked on every stock during the pandemic, is not working. So not only are people, losing in their accounts, but their attempts to make it back have also failed miserably using the same strategies that they've used over the last 2 years. So what do you do now if what worked for the last 2 years is not working now? Well, just because markets go down doesn't mean you can't make money. As a matter of fact, True Trading Group members, many of them are having their best trading years ever. If you guys learn how to trade properly in the bear market and you're part of a community that provided real-time alerts with a cumulative win rate of just under 80% for all different styles of trading, maybe those people could have offset some of those losses while the market completes its bottoming process, which in my opinion, it's actually still in. Then they could have used that money that they've made trading one of the most volatile and therefore opportunity-packed markets that I've ever seen in my entire career, and then reinvest it and purchase great companies at Black Friday sale prices. You see, since the stock market, guys, was created, since its inception, every single time that the S&P has pulled back more than 20% in 1 year, it proved to be a tremendous buying opportunity. Not 80% of the time, not 90% of the time, 100% of the time. When you pull back more than 20% in 1 year, it has been a phenomenal buying opportunity. Now, people don't know that. Go back, go look at the charts. The numbers don't lie. Go back since the inception of the S&P. But people don't know that. They see red. They see all these news headlines about the stock market's going to crash. The market's going to go down 80%, but then they're going to lose everything. They panic instead of keeping calm. Psychology is a huge part of being a successful trader and investor. That's why, honestly, at TTG, we put a huge emphasis on trader psychology. We have a 2-part trader psychology courses. We've got trader psychology workshops. We even have trader support groups. If you're calm, you can plan, act, take advantage of opportunities that are in front of you. Remember to be greedy when others are fearful. Oh, but recession's coming. If it's not already here, you're going to lose your job. You got to save, hoard cash under the mattress, right? That's the best thing to do. Let me tell you guys a secret. Hope is not a bankable strategy for making money. There's no hopium index indicator or pattern. It's my very strong opinion that now is not the time for hope. How many times has the government given a crap about your money, your success? None, never, because they don't care. Hoping is not a strategy to bank your financial well-being on. So stop letting others decide the outcome for you and your family. Take control of yourself. It's time to be greedy while everybody else is living in fear. You guys know, according to most financial publications that put together this little analysis, the average length of a bear market is only 289 days. You know, that's 9.6 months. Well, we're in a bear market now. That's significantly shorter than the average length of a bull market, which is nearly 1,000 days. Also, bear markets is where people make the most money. It's very simple, guys. Think about it. The whole idea and concept behind the stock market: buy low, sell high, right? Well, when stocks are already at all-time highs, that kind of makes it hard to buy low, doesn't it? Every time the markets crash, that is where the opportunity comes of prices of stocks of phenomenal companies go down, okay, to discount prices. Discount prices. That when you look back 2 years, 3 years later, you're like, wow. Damn, am I glad that I jumped on those names. Look at 2008. I just showed you the chart from 2008, right? 2008, everybody was panicking, right? Everybody was like, no, this is not a good time to invest in stocks. And then 2009, the market went up 20%. And then 2010, like another 16. And then before you know it, you just woke up one day and you're like, oh my goodness, we're back to all-time highs. Just a few years later, the worst recession that this country has ever had in history was 0809. That's the worst recession that we've ever had. Yet, the markets are back at all-time highs a couple years later. That is what I'm trying to express to everybody. That if we do go into that recession, if the recession is already here, if it's not here already, it's coming. Okay? If it's already here, then fantastic. Great. Best case scenario. But that's where wealth is built. You hear it all the time. You talk to your friends, you're at a bar, you're at a restaurant, you're at a family party, and everyone talks about like, oh yeah, well, the housing market, housing's going to crash. Oh man, people that have money, they're going to be able to take advantage of that crash, right? You hear that all the time. Why do you think that way about real estate, but you don't think that way about the stock market? It's the people that have the wherewithal, that have the money, that have the education to take advantage when these stock prices come down. The time to invest was not last year, folks. It's this year. Last year was the time to sell everything, which is what we did, right? I was very vocal about at the end of last year that I was taking profit in my long-term portfolio to raise cash in anticipation of the large move to the downside that we've seen now here today. All right. So that's something that you guys really have to be thinking about. So if you guys know how to properly trade a bear market, it's a lot easier to make big gains on the way down, honestly, because stocks go down a lot faster than they go up. And you can stack some of that cash for the inevitable bounce and then make oodles and oodles of cash when you guys are counting on the markets to move themselves back to all-time highs in the next few years. It's happened time and time and time again. Every single recession that we have ever had was followed with new highs just a few years later. And I do not believe that this time is going to be any different. And if you think otherwise, then you go back to 2008 and 2009 and you tell me why you think that this is worse than 2008 and 2009, because I assure you, you're wrong. This is not worse than 2008 and 2009. Trust me. I lived through 2008 and 2009. You all lived through it too, but I was trading professionally, working at a hedge fund on Wall Street. I knew exactly what was going on in 2008 and 2009. I know exactly what is going on now in 2022 and what's going to be going on in 2023 and beyond, and it is not the same thing. And anyone that tells you otherwise, again, is just trying to scare the living crap out of you. But recession, I get it. Enough. Put the fear aside, guys. Now's the time to get greedy, not to be scared. Chances are you guys have money to trade with or invest with, which is probably the vast majority of people that are on this live stream, right? You can only make money in the markets by actually putting your money into the markets. And in one of the most stable job markets it's the economy's ever seen, with unemployment still at record lows of 3.6, that's extremely unusual for a recession, which is why I'm telling you, if we're already in a recession, fantastic, best case scenario possible. I understand there's some people that the jobs situation is not that simple, and there's some extenuating circumstances, and I do feel for those people. I'm not trying to poo-poo that, but we got to think bigger picture here, and you got to start thinking about, as a whole, the jobs market is still very strong, and people can find the job if they want it. The point is, the majority of you guys have the capital and have the job security to take advantage of what is happening, but only if you're willing to actually take action. Now, we have a lot to go over here today, guys, because this is going to be the single most influential, most important week of the entire year. You're going to get a lot of answers this week that the markets have been trying to figure out for weeks and months, okay? You're going to find out, are we in a recession or not? You're going to find out, are companies revising their guidance, okay? Are companies revising their guidance to the downside to anticipate a recession? All of these things you're going to find out. You're going to get mega cap tech earnings. Our earnings estimate's going to come down, right? All of these answers you're going to get. Is the Fed going to send us into a recession? Are they going to give us 75 basis points? They're going to give us 100 basis points. All of these uncertainties are going to be answered this week. The markets don't like uncertainties. The markets can handle bad news. They can. The market, again, you have to remember what the market is. The market is a discount mechanism. The market tries to discount where we're going to be 6 to 9 months into the future. That's what the stock market tries to do. When the stock market really goes haywire and you get these massive crashes, it's because the market can't see 6 months into the future. They don't know what is going to happen. That's when the markets really start to get crazy. That's why things got crazy during COVID. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. Nobody can see into the future, right? When the markets get answers, they can start to stabilize. You're about to get answers here this week. Guys, I know about the Walmart's revised guidance. I will cover it soon. All right. I know about Walmart's guidance. I will cover it soon. Massive move to the downside. Massive move to the downside there on Walmart. All right. So we will cover this in just a second. All right. So yes, Walmart coming out with some news here after hours, sending Walmart down about 7%. That's a big move there to the downside. Company lowered their profit outlook for Q2. And for fiscal year 2023, operating margin is expected to be about 4.2% for Q2. Expected to be 4.2% for Q2 and 3.8% to 3.9% for fiscal year 23. Outlook for net sales higher for fiscal year 23, given Q2 results elevated by inflation. And that is seeing Walmart take a wallop. All right, so we just did see this news come out here on Walmart. That is most likely going to pull the market down. And it is. You see this little pullback there in the overall markets on the back of this news. That's going to pull Target down with it. Yep, Target's down huge. I would assume Costco is going to be down big as well. Costco down big as well. So all of your major, let's see, Dollar General might hold up a little bit better. Yep, holding up a little bit better, just like kind of I would expect. So some issues there with some of these discount retailers on the back of this news and this guidance here, adjustment from Walmart. That is surprising to see an adjustment from Walmart, because Walmart gave you the adjustments in May. So they made adjustments in May once you had all the issues take place with Target. So Target had that huge gap down, and that sent Walmart plummeting as well. You already had their last earnings, then make adjustments. They're now making adjustments again. This is exactly what I've been talking about for the last several weeks, about look for companies to revise their guidance when they come out and report earnings, which they're not even reporting earnings. They're just coming out with news here, kind of providing an update with their guidance, and they're lowering their guidance or lowering their profit margins. And that is negative news there for Walmart and for a lot of these other discount retailers. So this is exactly what I've been talking about, that when you get this next round of Q2 earnings, you have to be looking for, are companies going to revise guidance down in anticipation of a recession or economic slowdown? Okay. That is what you have to be looking for with earnings, just exactly what you saw just happen here with Walmart. And I think you're going to get, I'm wondering if Google is trading lower on the back of that. Yeah, you're getting these little pullbacks, on Amazon. Yep, that's going to hurt Amazon. I didn't even think about that. That's going to hurt Amazon. So Amazon would be more tied to that. So you see this, a pretty large pullback on Amazon. You're seeing all of these companies now begin to pull back on the back of this news. So now you have two different companies now over the course of 2 days. Friday, it was Snap lowering their guidance. Snap got absolutely demolished, down 40%. That took Alphabet, Meta. It took all of your big tech names down big with it because of the anticipation of a slowdown in ad spending and ad revenues, because that's one of the first things that companies cut back on is online advertising when you go into a recession and they slow down spending. So that's why those companies got hit. That was because of Snap on Friday. Now today, Walmart comes out and Walmart revises their guidance. This coming after they've already revised guidance the last quarter. They revised it again. This is the growth scare that people are looking for about, okay, now can we finally price in a recession? Because recession is not priced in yet. We're only down, 18% on the year, 17% on the year. We're not really priced in for that recession here just yet. If these companies start to come out and they start giving you these lowered guidance, you look for one more move here to the downside on the SPY, and then that provides you with, in my opinion, this right here would be a beautiful buying opportunity in the long-term portfolio. We did add to our portfolios into your trading group on June 17th, which so far happens to be the low of the year. This day right here, I bought like 20 different stocks in my long-term portfolio. We are green on all of the stocks that I added to my portfolio on June 17th. But I'm looking for us to go back down towards this region if you get more companies announcing like what Walmart just did and kind of warning of that guidance. All right. So there's a lot kind of going on here, guys. And you better get used to this because you're going to get this for at least another week. You're going to get this for at least another week. So Walmart having some issues there. Okay. So today's live stream, guys, I'm going to break things down here. We're going to go over a couple of different things here. I'm going to break things down to 3 different segments here for this live stream. One, I'm going to re-warn all of you for the stock market this week, and I'll be answering top 5 questions for all traders and investors that want to know coming into this week. These are questions that we get asked a lot, both on our Twitter and on Facebook, also from our own members. You guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so. It's at MikeEdward_TTG. Again, it's at MikeEdward_TTG. I'm always giving you guys trade ideas, market commentary. I tell you guys my open swing trades and that kind of stuff. You guys want to follow me on Twitter, go ahead right there and give me a follow at MikeEdward_TTG. First, before I go any further, guys, we do have to welcome Muhammad. Muhammad, welcome. Welcome, Muhammad. Look, guys. Look, last night was supposed to be our last night for our 50% off sale. But tomorrow you really have the start of the huge earnings coming out. And this is going to be the most important week of the entire year. So, I think this is just too big of a week to deter people who want to sign up because they think that they can't afford it. So I'll actually delay raising the price of our membership another night here because things are really going to start to get interesting. You just had Walmart come out with that guidance. You're going to get Alphabet and Microsoft are going to give you earnings tomorrow after the bell. Then you get the Fed meeting. So this is going to be the biggest week. Today was kind of the calm before the storm. So this is a major courtesy and a gift, okay, for those of you that maybe missed it last night. But I would say take advantage of it. So there's going to be a 50% discount on the membership period right now. We're also going to be giving out 15 laptops for tonight until midnight. So yes, if you missed the sale this weekend and you missed last night, this is your last chance. Thanks to Muhammad, there are now just 14 of those laptops left. We originally we're going to do 15, but Muhammad already grabbed one. So we're going to do 14 laptops are remaining. Guys, listen, before we continue, I just want to actually get this out of the way real quick, just to make sure that everybody that wants it has a fair shot at it, because all weekend, like I said, we ran that 50% off sale. And if you signed up, you got a free laptop. I'm going to extend that for one more day because this is the most important week, I think, of the entire year. So tonight, we've actually had almost 50 people join True Trading Group since Friday. Okay. So obviously a lot of people are realizing the importance of what's about to unfold here this week. So listen to me very carefully. I'm going to extend this one more night until midnight tonight. Okay. The next 14 people that go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121, you'll get a 50% discount on our membership. The price is normally $2,212. That brings it all the way down to just $1,100. It comes with a brand new free laptop that you can trade with. You can use it for work, give it to your kid for school, sell it on eBay, whatever. For the next 14 people. You'll also get access to my Head Start workshop at the end of this month. And of course, our double your money back guarantee. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. That'll bring the price down to the $1,100. And then you're locked in for $1,100, okay, for life. That is important because next year when your membership comes up for renewal, it doesn't matter if our membership's $2,500 next year. You'll only pay the $1,100, which is the price that's the deal when you join TTG. The price you pay when you sign up is the price you're grandfathering yourself in at that price. Remember, 78% of our members renew their membership. So locking in that $1,100 for next year as well is a big deal. All right. You do not need to enter your address to claim the free laptop. Once you guys sign up to True Trading Group, you'll get a welcome email that has instructions how to claim your free laptop. So you don't have to enter your email address or your physical mailing address when you sign up. All right. And we ship anywhere in the world. You live on planet Earth, we'll get you that laptop. We even cover the shipping costs. Everything you get, it's included on the checkout page. You see it all. It's an all-inclusive membership. You do not have to pay. There's no upcharge or upsells or additional fees to have access to our courses or our tools. All right. You just go to ttgoffer.com, enter TTG121 coupon code, and you'll pay the $1,100. And next 14 people to do so get a free laptop. I'm extending this one more night because of how damn important this week actually is. I don't want anyone to feel like this is out of reach for them because this week is going to dictate what the markets are going to do for the rest of the year. Therefore, it dictates what's going to happen to your money for the rest of the year and how you can take advantage of it. So I would not hesitate, guys. This is the last night that I'm going to extend this deal. Now, listen, if you are a current trial, a previous trial, or a previous member, do not go to ttgoffer.com. We have to white label your email address. Instead, send a text to 786-505-4047. That is 786-505-4047. We're going to put that phone number right up at the bottom of the screen in just a moment. And you guys can send a text message to that number if you want to take advantage of the offer that I'm giving you here this evening. We're going to put that number on the screen, guys, in just a moment. 786-505-4047. There it is, bottom of your screen. All right. As long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that is how you know that you're getting one of the 14 laptops. Like I said, Muhammad already grabbed one. Welcome to the family. And you do not need to enter your address. All right. So sorry about the early sales pitch there, guys, but I just want to make sure that everybody gets a fair shot at this offer since it is the last day before things get crazy here this week. All right. Now, moving on. All right. So we're going to do the top 5 questions. Then we're going to cover 5 stocks that everyone's talking about here as they all have earnings this week. It is called the If I Trade It segment of this live stream, which is where I'm going to tell you guys what my expectations are for 5 stocks that everybody is talking about and how I plan on trading them ahead of earnings and then after earnings, more importantly. So we're going to go over all of that, guys, here on this live stream. And last but not least, I'll open things up for a Q&A at the end of the live. You guys can ask me whatever questions are on your mind if it's something that we didn't cover here today and you're unsure about. And then at the very end, I'll actually walk you through the platform that is True Trading Group so you guys can see for yourself exactly what you'll get access to as a member. And again, but that'll be later on at the end of the live. Okay? All right, guys, let's get into, let's start with the kind of the warning here for this week and the top 5 most commonly asked questions. I mean, listen, the warning, right? I've talked about this a lot already in the kind of the beginning intro of this live stream, but I want to maybe really make sure that I get this point across This is the largest and most influential week of the stock market for 2022. There's no question about it. You got the Fed meeting. You're going to get another rate hike. I think you get 75 basis points. I don't think you get 100. You got earnings from Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Microsoft. You got GDP data that's going to confirm, are we in the technical definition of a recession? I really hope that we are. You know, there's a lot of talk about people trying to change the definition of a recession. They were talking about it on CNBC also again today. Right? Janet Yellen was talking about it over the weekend. So like we're about to see, are we actually in the technical definition of a recession? We're going to get that on Thursday. This week is make or break. It's make or break for you, the retail trader and investor. This is not the week to go at it alone, folks. This is not the week to be YOLOing options, you know, acting like the stock market's a casino, because it's not a casino. This is the week where serious money can be made. This is the week where you can lay the foundation for your success for the markets for the rest of 2022 and beyond. And all my teaching members, congratulations to all of you. You guys have a very blatant, obvious, and real advantage over anybody else that's watching this. It's maybe not a member, because the education, the tools, the community that is provided to you will keep you guys at an advantage here this week while we get access to information faster and we have the tools to analyze it and make decisions faster. TGG members, they utilize what we provide, and let's make some real money this week, guys. It's going to be a fun week. I can't wait. It's going to be nuts. All right. So listen, you've all been warned. Pay attention. Don't do this alone. Don't rely on social media. Okay. Doing this wrong can blow your opportunity for the entire year. All right. Let's get into question number one. And that's, what is the actual definition of a recession? And will that change before Thursday's GDP data? This is a question that I've been getting a lot of, because there's been a lot of talk lately about changing the definition of a recession. The technical definition of a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. That is the technical definition of a recession. However, there's been a memo out from the White House. Janet Yellen was out over the weekend. They are actually trying to look into maybe changing the definition of a recession. Now, what that definition is going to be, I don't know. But let me explain to you why that's happening. The why part is important, okay? Because, and this is what I've been saying for the last 2 months, if we get a recession, it's going to be a very strange one, because it's going to be a recession based on inventory build and inventory levels and an imbalance of exports and imports and government spending. It's not a recession necessarily based on massive unemployment and a complete dry up of consumer spending. Consumer spending is going up. Okay, yes, prices are going up because of inflation, so therefore people are spending more. American Express said consumer spending is up 18%. JP Morgan said consumer spending is up as well. In Q1, you had a negative GDP number, but the consumer actually added a net positive to GDP. The net negative in Q1 was not from the consumer. The net negative rather in Q1's GDP number is actually from inventory levels. That is not a normal recession. That is why people are trying to say, well, do we need to change? Maybe do we need to change the definition of a recession? Because you've never had a situation like the pandemic before. The pandemic screwed up everything. You had a massive issue with supply chains. You had a massive inventory problem. No companies could get inventory because the supply chains were shut down. And then there was this massive demand. So what did all these companies do? As soon as they got inventory, they didn't buy inventory at a normal scale. They bought extra inventory because they said, well, shit, if I can't, sorry for cursing, if I can't get more inventory, if it takes me 3 months to get a desk, then I better order 100 desks so that when people want to buy them from me, I can sell them. So all of these companies ordered and they pulled their inventory forward hugely to meet demand and to try to get ahead of the supply chain issues. That is a problem today because now these inventory levels are ballooning. Target, just last quarter, Target told you that they've got a massive inventory build, that they're going to be slashing these clearance sales on a lot of these products so that they can get rid of the inventory. That inventory number is the reason why GDP was negative in Q1. It's going to be the reason why it's negative again in Q2. But that then bodes the question, is it really a recession if unemployment's at record lows, the consumer is still adding a net positive to GDP growth, but it's negative because of export-import imbalances, government spending, cutbacks, and inventory levels. That's what I mean by, and that's what the Wall Street Journal means by when we say, if it's a recession, it's a very strange one. So this is leading to the discussions of, hey, should we change the technical definition of a recession? That's where that conversation is coming from. Now, me, for one, I don't think you change the definition of the recession. There's nothing wrong with having a recession. The R word is like this taboo word that nobody likes to talk about. There is nothing wrong with the recession. Recessions are normal economic cycles. They are healthy. The economy got way too overheated in 2021. That is not a sustainable path. You want sustainable growth, steady, strong, sustainable growth. 2021 was not steady. It was not sustainable. It was out of control growth, going from 0 to 100 in 1 second. You turned the economy off with the flip of a switch, and then you turned it on with the flip of a switch. That is not healthy, and this is the problem that you're left with. Everybody thinks recession. They think 2008. They think dot-com bubble, where you are using the 2 worst recessions in U.S. history as your baseline. You are forgetting that for every 2008 and for every dot-com bubble burst, there's like 7 or 8 other recessions. For each one of those, there's like 12 of them that you can go back and look at, okay, since the post-war era, and none of them are anywhere near as bad as 2008 or the dot-com bubble. But that is what is fresh in people's minds. So they automatically think that every recession is like 2008, and that is completely incorrect. A recession is not the end of the world. If we have a mild recession and a shallow recession, my opinion, that's a good thing. It's what's needed to slow down this economy, get back to a realistic growth rate, and bring inflation down. Inflation is going to be a problem for the foreseeable future. Inflation is not going to come down in 2 months. You're going to have higher inflation for a while. You're going to need a slowdown to bring that inflation down. And it's more important, trust me, it is way more important that you bring inflation down than you avoid a recession. You ask any professional, ask every member of the Federal Reserve, ask any member of a central bank around the world, ask any professional asset money manager around the world. They will all tell you it is more important you get rid of inflation than it is you avoid a recession. Because every recession doesn't have to be the end of the world. They're not the end of the world. But that's why that conversation is being had right now about the recession. Next question, will there be an opportunity in the market this week? And if so, what's the best way to participate with a full-time job? That's another question that I get. Everybody knows how big of a week this is. Will there be an opportunity? You bet your bottom ass that there's going to be an opportunity, okay? There's going to be so much opportunity this week, all right? You're going to get a massive jolt in volatility coming into this market as everyone tries to digest earnings from your mega cap tech players, the Federal Reserve's rate hike and their comments. Is the Fed going to give you 75 basis points? Are they going to give you 100 basis points? What is Jerome Powell going to say? Everybody wants to know, is the Fed going to slow down at the end of this year? That's the question. People that are bullish the market think the Fed's going to slow down at the end of the year because there's been enough demand destruction that helps bring inflation to the downside, and the Fed's going to be able to slow down at the end of the year. Those are people that are bullish. Everyone's going to be listening to Jerome Powell's statement at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. The announcement comes at 2 o'clock. His statement's at 2:30, followed by a Q&A. I'll be live and chat with my members, walking them through the entire process, trading with them live as we do each and every single day. But will they slow down? That is what everyone's going to be listening to. Will the Fed slow down? Now, we don't know that answer. Okay? We don't know that answer. But you're then going to find out the very next day, are we actually in a recession? And then you're going to get, oh, by the way, Apple and Amazon's earnings. So you're going to get intense volatility. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. My opinion, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are going to be insane. They're going to be insane. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Because Wednesday, you're going to have already had Alphabet and Microsoft's earnings are going to be out of the way. Wednesday, you're going to get the Fed meeting. You're going to get Meta's earnings. Then on Thursday, you're going to get the GDP number to say, are we in a recession or not? You're also going to get Apple's earnings. You're also going to get Amazon's earnings. So literally, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are going to be fantastic. Now, how to take advantage while working a full-time job. Listen, You can easily receive real-time updates on earnings and the earnings schedule from the Benzinga Pro live news feed and Squawk feature, which we offer for free as part of your membership. Now, that feature would cost you over $1,000 if you went to Benzinga on your own. It is free with your membership when you join True Trading Group. All right. Remember, you can join True Trading Group for just $1,100 here this evening. Only for this evening, I'm extending that 50% off sale one more night because of how important this week actually is. Then the price will start to go back up. All right. So it'll cost you over $1,000 just for the news feed at Benzinga. You get that, including with everything else, for $1,100 when you join True Trading Group directly. Okay. And then use the mobile app. Remember, if you have a full-time job, as long as you can listen to music at work, can you listen to music? If the answer is yes, you can tune in on our mobile app, iPhone, Android. It's free when you're a member. You can see the screen share, listen as the moderators and I talk to you on the microphone throughout the course of a trading day. But most importantly, get real-time push notifications when one of our moderators enters or exits a trade. And that way you can follow along very easily with what it is that we're doing inside of chat. Next question that I'm getting asked a lot is, what happens if the Fed goes 100 basis points instead of 75? All right. If the Fed gives you a 100 basis point hike, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to do 75. All right. But if they did 100, I don't think the market's going to like it if they did 100. I think the markets would read that as the Fed is maybe being a little bit too aggressive, because the more aggressive the Fed is, the more likely you have a recession. And the more aggressive the Fed, potentially the worse the recession. So the markets are going to want to see the Fed still be strong with inflation, but not too strong to Paul Volcker us into a deep recession, which is what a previous Fed chair did back in the early 80s. Okay. So that's what you have to be watching for. And that's what the market's going to be watching for. So if you get 100 basis points, I think the market actually sells off because they would think that that's it. The probability of a recession probably shoots up to into the 60%, 70% if the Fed gives you a 100 basis point hike on Wednesday. I don't think they're going to, though. I think it's going to be 75. And I think that 75 basis point hike will be welcomed. But then people are going to want to pay attention to Jerome Powell's statement. And does he insinuate that they've seen enough demand destruction to where they're happy with inflation coming down? Or are they not happy with inflation coming down and they're actually going to still keep their pedal on the metal? Okay. Pedal to the metal. So I think that the 75 basis points will be a net positive, 100 basis points negative. But really, it's going to all be in his statement after the announcement comes out. All right. Next question. Why do you want to see us in a recession sooner rather than later? All right. I want to see us in a recession sooner rather than later because the sooner you go into a recession, the sooner you come out of it. Remember, the average bear market's only 9.6 months. Markets bottom in a recession. They don't bottom after it. Remember, the market crash is going into the recession. It bottoms in it. That's why I want to see us already be in a recession. I'll be happy. If we get a negative print on Thursday for GDP and you confirm, yeah, recession's here. Yes. Good. Get it over with. The faster you go into the recession, the faster you can come out of it. Get it over with. Give us the recession now. While unemployment is still 3.6%, even if unemployment goes up to 4%, that's still historically extremely low. Extremely low. And a fantastic way for the economy to deal with what would be at that point then a shallow and a short-lived recession. Great. That's why I want it to be here. Last question here, as I cover the top 5 questions that I get asked. How much do I need to get started trading in the stock market today, especially on a week like this? You do not need a lot of money to get started, folks. You just don't. We have a lot of members in True Trading Group that started with a couple $100, $100, $200, $300, and they've grown those accounts to be 5-figure accounts and 4-figure accounts. Okay. You do not need tens of thousands of dollars to get started. People think that you do. You don't. People think that the only way to avoid PDT rule is to have 25K in your account. Not true. PDT rule means if you have a margin account with less than 25K, you can only make 3-day trades in a 5-day period. There's a way around that. Open a cash account. Cash account, you can make as many day trades as you want. As many as you want. But you can only trade with the cash that's in your account, which is fine. Trade options. The cash settles the next day. Learn how to trade options, especially if you have a small account. If you're someone that only has a couple $100 in your account, and that's all you have to start with, that's fine. We have a lot of members that started with just a few $100, but they learned how to trade options. We'll teach you how to trade options. Options is a great way to grow your account if you guys have small accounts. It's also a great way to grow your account if you have big accounts. Options are fantastic, but they do also carry higher levels of risk. It's important to understand how to trade them properly. Don't worry, we'll teach you how to do that. Okay. Before I go any further, guys, I do have to welcome our newest member of the family, Ben. Everybody welcome Ben. Ben is the newest member of the TGD family. Welcome, Ben. There are now just 13 of these laptops left. That's it. 13 laptops left. Go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121. You get a 50% discount. Guys, I'm extending this until tonight only. You're lucky if you're on this live stream now because it was supposed to end last night. But today's the calm before the storm. Tomorrow, the real fun begins. So if you missed the live stream on Sunday night, I'm giving you one more chance. Midnight tonight, this offer is gone. The next 13 people will get themselves a brand new laptop. We even cover the shipping costs, and you get the 50% off. But after midnight, that's it. No more laptops, and the price goes up. Go to ttgoffer.com. Enter the coupon code TTG121. If you have questions, you can send a text message to 786-505-4047. The number's at the bottom of the screen. Also, if you are a trial member, a previous trial member, or a previous member, and you want to come back to the TGD family for the 1100 and the free laptop, you send a text message to that number as well, 786-505-4047. It's right at the bottom of your screen. There's only 13 laptops left. You do not need to enter your address. You'll get a welcome email when you join that gives you instructions on how to claim that free laptop. As long as you see one in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. There's 13 left. If you see it, you're good. You're getting one. Ben, welcome to the family. Now, we're going to move on to our next segment of this live stream, which is called If I Trade It, where I'm going to be breaking down. I'm going to give you my full trade analysis on the SPY, Microsoft, Coca-Cola, UPS, and Alphabet. Those 5 companies all have earnings, okay, tomorrow, okay? So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Microsoft, Coca-Cola, UPS, Google, Alphabet. They have earnings tomorrow. So we're going to break down those. And, of course, the SPY will be number 5. All right, but first, before I get into If I Trade It, which will be my trade analysis on all 5 of those tickers, before I get into that, I first want to see how many people are on the live stream that are not members of True Trading Group. We got about 1,300 people that are watching us live. Type the letters TTG, folks. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, I'd like to see who we have that's on here that is not a member of True Trading Group, guys. Again, if you're not a member, go ahead and type the letters TTG. I just want to see who we have here on the live that is not a member of the family. Go ahead and type the letters TTG. We got Star-Lord, Fabio, Chad, and then Jad. Not Chad, but Jad. We got Jim Powers, Twisted Merm, Linda, Sheila, Darren, Y11. A lot of new faces here that are joining us on the TTG live stream. I love seeing a bunch of new faces that are joining us here today. Darren, Victor, Marty, RC Cluda, Colby, 12 Bravo, Day Sean. A lot of new faces. EO Panther. Joe, you're hilarious, bro. Awesome. Johnny Gutierrez, what's up, my man? How are you? Nice. Jad says, I've almost saved enough to join your program. Jad, take advantage of this offer right now here today because I'm extending this 50% discount for one more day. You guys have till midnight tonight to get a 50% discount. That drops the price down to just $1,100. All right, just $1,100. All right. All right, guys, listen to me very carefully. All of you that just typed TTG, like I told you, we had 15 laptops before we started. Now we're down to 13. So they're beginning to sell just like they did last night. Now's the time for you guys to take action. So for those that are just joining us, like I said, we have been running this sale over the weekend. I'm extending it for one more night. 50% off, brings the price from $22.12 down to $1,100. You get a free laptop, access to my Head Start workshop to make sure you guys get started off on the right foot, and our double your money back guarantee. Just go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. You guys will be good to go. We ship that laptop anywhere in the world. It's totally free. We even cover shipping. You do not need to enter your address when you sign up. You'll get a welcome email that will give you instructions to claim your laptop. As long as you see one, you know you're getting one. You never charge another dollar for courses or tools, guys. The $1,100 includes everything our platform has to offer. And yes, that includes university level courses of our curriculum. That is what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. Speaking of which, Joe, do me a favor, post our syllabus up in chat real quick, if you can. Guys, we're going to post a link in the chat real quick. This is going to be our syllabus, so you guys can see firsthand what you're going to actually learn as a member of True Trading Group. You guys can click on the link and see for yourself all the courses that you're going to have access to as a member. All the courses you're going to see when you click on that link, that's what you get for $1,100. All the courses are done at your own time. They're available 24/7. You also get the Benzinga Pro newsfeed, full book level 2, dark pool data, insider buying, short interest, analyst ratings, social sentiment scanners, screeners, so much more. You guys have access to all this stuff as a member. Like the Netflix or trading communities. All right. So again, 13 spots left. Go to ttgoffer.com. If you have questions, 786-505-4047. Okay. Remember, the double your money back guarantee is there as well. It's very simple. You have 12 months from when you sign up. Complete our courses, pass our quizzes, attend one study group. If you don't make the $1,100 back at least once during your membership, I'll give you $2,200. That's the deal. Nobody else is willing to do that for you. But that's because nobody else is confident in their ability and the platform that they've created's ability to help you actually reach your goals. Your results matter, folks, at True Trading Group. When I say your results, I mean, do you actually make money? That's why you're here. You're not here to watch other people make money. You're here to make money. And that's our goal. And we're damn good at it. All right. Chances are you're not going to need that money back guarantee. Like I said, we've only had to refund 2.5% of our members since 2016, but it's there to protect you and to hold us accountable. Before I get into the if I trade it, we also have to welcome Gerald. Gerald is the newest member of the family, guys. Gerald, welcome to the family. We only have 12 of these laptops left now, guys. That's it. You guys got to go to ttgoffer.com, enter that code. There's only 12 of them left now. This offer is good until midnight tonight, and then that is it. Then that price is going to go up. I'm extending this one more night because this is the busiest and craziest and most influential, important week of the entire year. So now there's only 12 laptops left. Once we get under 10, they fly. Same thing happened last night. Once we got under 10, these laptops flew. All right. I wouldn't even wait. I would just open up a new browser window and then go to teachtheoffer.com and then sign up. Make sure that you guys can claim one of these 12 spots before they run out. Again, if you see the laptop in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. All right. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about the if I trade it, all right, segment of our live stream. Let's go over the trade analysis. And first, we're going to hit on the SPY. Ed says, my wife will kill me if I pay $1,100 for this. No, your wife will kill you for not paying $1,100 on this and making better decisions when it comes to the stock market. Guys, I want to get into here the overall market right now and the SPY because I have a very specific plan on what I think is going to happen. Adam, come on and explain why you should not be Dave Norby. For those who don't know who Adam is my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group, the man behind the curtain.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Nice. So for those that don't know, Dave Norby is somebody that was on here last night. We love Dave Norby.
Dave Norby is a TV celebrity.
Yeah, Dave Norby is literally like you know how everyone has the one that got away? Dave Norby is our one that got away.
Dave Norby.
Anyways, Dave Norby, we love you, but Dave Norby doesn't sign up because his wife would kill him. But yet he still sneaks on here every night for the live. Don't be like Dave Norby. Even though Dave's awesome, do better. That's all. Thank you.
You got this, Ed. You got this, Ed. Okay, so I have a very specific game plan here, guys, when it comes to the overall markets. Let's pull up my charts. Let's talk about the SPY, and it's this support level right here. We talked about this the other night, and this support level on the SPY is about 2 points wide. It's from 391 to 389. This is the support level that I want you guys to really pay attention to. All right, 391 to 389. And you guys can see really pretty clearly, how this was a major level of support, back here in May and early June. And then we broke underneath it. And then all of a sudden it became a level of resistance. All right. So this is the level that we got above last week when the market was really, pushing and pushing and pushing through those levels and giving you this little bear market rally, which is what I think that we are in right now. But if this level gets broken, all right, if you break underneath this level, because let's say, Alphabet and Microsoft provide for guidance and you start to get, the tech heavy S&P and the NASDAQ and everything starts to roll over, then you have to start looking at a move down to 380. And I'm looking for put options down to 380. This level right here is a support level that I'm going to be watching to take profits off in front of 380. But then if you get underneath 380, your next level is going to be 373. And these are the levels that I really am watching very, very, very closely. All right. So I am looking at put options on the SPY, depending on what happens with Alphabet and Microsoft. We got to welcome Matthew first, guys. Matthew is the newest member of the family. There's now just 11 of those laptops left, guys. You can't wait on this. I'm telling you now, once we get under 10, these are going to go quick. Do not sleep on it, guys. This offer is good until midnight. I'm extending it one more night. If you missed it last night, you guys are in luck because the price was supposed to be significantly higher here today. But today's the calm before the storm. Most important week of the year. I don't want people to go about trying to trade this stuff on their own. Let's make better decisions together. Let's educate you. Let's give you access to the information and the tools needed to increase your chances of success. Matthew, welcome to the family, brother. All right, guys. So I am looking for put options because I do think that Alphabet, Meta, Microsoft, I think that they're going to revise guidance. I think Alphabet and Meta are going to have digital advertising concerns and issues as companies slow down their ad spends. And I think Microsoft is going to have, enterprise spending issues where companies are going to start spending less money going into this back half of the year. And they're going to revise their guidance to the downside. And that's going to take Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta to the downside. If that happens, there is no way that I don't believe that the SPY is going to at least go back to 380. So I will be in put options. If we break 389, 390, that's the level. I'm getting put options if that happens, and I'm taking profits off at 380, and then we'll see what happens with the Fed meeting. My advice and the way that I'm going to trade this week is to be nimble. I might be short one day, and then I might be long the next because you have individual catalysts that can change sentiment in the market. You might have Tuesday, you might get weakness after the close once earnings come out. You start the day weak on Wednesday, then the Fed comes out with their Fed meeting, and maybe something Jerome Powell says changes the market sentiment Wednesday afternoon going into Thursday. And then all of a sudden you're going to get after hours Wednesday, Meta's earnings, Shopify, Etsy, you're going to get a bunch of those earnings. Then Thursday is going to come, and then you're going to get Apple, you're going to get Amazon, you're going to find out, are we in a recession? So my goal here is to trade that volatility intraday, because I think you might get gaps in either direction based on those catalysts that happen after hours. That's going to move the market after hours. And if you're sitting in options, you cannot get in or out of those trades if the market is closed. Okay, so after the market closes, you can't get in put options or out of call options after 4 o'clock on individual stocks. You can do it up to 4:15 Eastern if you're trading an index. If you're trading the SPY options will trade till 4:15. But individual stocks, 4 o'clock, that's it. You're done. You can't trade them anymore. You can have a huge move to the upside, huge move to the downside. You will be stuck. You cannot trade until 9:30 the following day. So I'm going to look to rip my profits off the table during the day. Follow along with me on the microphone. Follow along with me on the mobile app while I communicate with you guys when I'm entering, when I'm exiting, so you can follow along with what it is that we're doing. This is going to be a huge week. That's how I plan on taking advantage of it. When it comes to the SPY on the over markets, I'm leaning towards put options. The only way I go after calls is if Alphabet and Microsoft are like, nope, everything's fine. If Alphabet and Microsoft say, nope, everything's fine, you got to look for the markets to move back higher. I don't think that's going to happen, which is why I'm leaning towards puts. Now you guys know my whole game plan. Next up on the if I trade it segment is going to that was a SPY. Now we're going to touch on Microsoft. Microsoft has earnings here. Now, my issue here with Microsoft, all right, Microsoft has a very nice downtrend resistance line that's kind of in place here. I'll make this bigger so you guys can all see it. You guys see that nice little downtrend resistance line? Kind of like that, right? Kind of like that little downtrend line. You have a ton of support down here around 245, right? Look at all that support down there at 245. What I think is happening, what I think is going to happen when Microsoft reports earnings, I'm looking for a gap down. All right, I am looking for a gap down on Microsoft. And what I actually think may happen here on Microsoft is you might get a gap down where Microsoft looks something like this. Okay, Microsoft gap down and gives you something like this. You get a little bit more follow through to the downside, and then all of a sudden it bounces. All right, and then all of a sudden it bounces. There's a lot of support down there in the low 240s. If you get a big gap down into that level, I think that it's actually buyable for a bounce, and you can catch maybe a trade to the upside. But I'm looking at, I think you're going to see Microsoft say, we expect to slow down in enterprise spending, and I would look for Microsoft to trade to the downside after their earnings. But then there's a lot of support down here, and I would look to actually trade that to the upside. But again, guys, this is solely based on earnings. I don't know what these earnings are going to be. Nobody knows what the earnings are going to be. I'm telling you what I think is going to happen, and I develop game plans based off of that. All right. So again, tomorrow after the close, you're going to get Microsoft, you're going to get Alphabet, and I'm expecting earnings revisions from both companies to move the market to move those stocks to the downside. That's Microsoft. Next up is going to be UPS. UPS is going to be another one that's going to report earnings after the close. We've got Lisa. Lisa, welcome to the TGD family. 10 laptops left. That's it. 10 laptops left, guys. TTGoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. That's how you get the 50% discount before that expires at midnight tonight. Remember, when you go to TTGoffer.com, as long as you see a laptop, that is how you know you are going to get one. You do not need to enter your address to get a laptop. You'll get a welcome email after joining with instructions on how to claim the free laptop. All right. Now, UPS. UPS, let's draw this level out here. Okay. Major level. All right. Used to be resistance, broke above it. Now it's acting as a level of support. On top of that, you have a lot of resistance here around 190. All right. You have a lot of resistance here around 190. Okay. I'm thinking when it comes to this, to UPS, is that UPS is just going to stay within this range. Okay. I think UPS stays within this range. Let me draw this out a little bit further. And here is this channel. I think UPS stays inside of this channel. See this previous level of support? We cracked underneath it. It then became resistance. Now you have the 100-day moving average sitting here. You got the support down there at 170. I think UPS stays inside this range. I don't like this as much for direction as I do an Alphabet or a Microsoft. I do like those for direction. I think UPS is going to be more of a crapshoot, maybe more of a non-event type of announcement. Maybe you might even trade a little bit higher, but I think you stay within this channel. I would look to trade the channel. If you get a gap up to like 194, I'd look to have put options to fade that. Like if you get a gap up on UPS, I'd look to fade it back down off of that level. If you get a gap down on UPS, I'd look to buy it to bounce off of that level, as I believe UPS will stay inside of this range when they report their earnings. Next up is Coca-Cola. All right. Next up here is Coca-Cola. And what I think you might get with Coca-Cola is you have a fantastic, beautiful looking downtrend resistance line here. And I like this to the long side for Coca-Cola. There's a big level here of support down in the high 50s. This is a major, major level that I want to point out to you guys. You can see here as you look back to the left, look at all of that resistance there. In 2021, we broke above it. Then all of a sudden, that level started to act as a level of support. And there it is, more support coming in there again. The 200-day moving average, the yellow line on my screen, also acting as a beautiful level of support. What may happen with Coca-Cola, a major multinational company, they may have issues with currency. Companies that generate a lot of revenue overseas, which is part of the reason why I think Microsoft might have some currency issues. The strength of the US dollar is a net negative for these companies that generate revenue overseas because they will conduct business in the local currency. And then when it gets transferred over and brought back here stateside, they actually lose that value because the US dollar is so strong. That's a net negative for actually those companies. And I expect Microsoft, maybe Coca-Cola to have some currency issues. And then that might give you a gap down on Coca-Cola after earnings. But again, if you get a gap down on Coca-Cola after earnings, I think that's a buyable gap down. Coca-Cola, a recession resilient stock, pays a fantastic dividend. It's a consumer staple. Consumer staples tend to do very well or tend to outperform in a recession. And if we are going into a recession, Coca-Cola is a stock that I think you should have in your portfolio, or PepsiCo, same type of idea. I have PepsiCo, actually bought PepsiCo right here on June 17th, right there. I bought it in my long-term portfolio when I decided I'm going to add a bunch of recession resilient names to my portfolio, and I bought PepsiCo. But honestly, you can't go wrong with either one, PepsiCo or Coca-Cola. They're both great. They both pay solid dividends. They're both recession resilient. They're both consumer staples. If you get a gap down on Coca-Cola because of currency issues, my opinion, that gap down is a buy, and you look for the 58, 59 level to be support, and then look for over the next 1, 2, 3, 4 months, look for Coca-Cola to go back up towards that 67 level, those highs, and then grab yourself a really solid dividend in the meantime. All right, that's Coca-Cola. Last but certainly not least, the if I trade it segment of this live stream, this is going to be Alphabet. Alphabet, I'm a little bit more concerned with. Alphabet is just trading in this little channel. Okay, it's kind of like it's kind of like a really sloppy bear flag. It's like there's your consolidation, and there's your move to the downside, right? It's like there you have big move to the downside. There's your consolidation. We got to welcome Krista. Krista is the newest member of the TTG family. Krista, welcome. There are now just 9 laptops left. Everybody, welcome. Krista, 9 of those laptops now remain. Krista, welcome to the TTG family. You guys have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter that coupon code TTG121, 50% discount, free laptop, access to my Head Start workshop, double your money back guarantee, there to protect you. I don't think you're going to need it, but there to protect you and hold us accountable. There you guys have it. You have until midnight tonight. This is not the week to do this alone. This is the most influential, most important week, I think, of the entire year. It's going to dictate what the markets are going to do. We're going to find out if we're in a recession. How do the laptop things work? Alexander, once you sign up, you'll get a welcome email that has instructions on how to claim the free laptop. How does it work? We're going to send you either a brand new Acer, Asus, HP, Dell, or Lenovo laptop anywhere in the world. We even cover the shipping costs. You guys just have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121. You'll get a 50% discount. You'll get instructions in your welcome email how to claim the free laptop. You don't have to enter your address. As long as you see a laptop on the checkout page, you'll know you're getting one of them. There's only 9 of them left. They're not going to last till midnight. They're going to start to go quick once we get to these single digits. And you guys have until midnight tonight to take advantage of that 50% off. Don't sleep on it. Get yourselves in chat. Get ready to rock and roll here this week, most important week of the year. I'm looking for Alphabet to actually break out of this consolidation. I think you have downside here on Alphabet. I think Alphabet's going to report issues here with online advertising. I'm looking for Alphabet down towards $100, 100 to 101. I'm looking for Alphabet down to here. And that, my friends, is, in my opinion, a buy. you're going to have a beautiful support level of 100 right back here. And I'm looking for a move to the downside. I'm looking for Alphabet to break out of this consolidation, break this uptrend support line. That support is right around 106. You crack 106, I think you roll this bad boy over and you look for a move down towards 100. And I'm looking for that to come from Alphabet. So I'm looking for more downside there on Alphabet. I'm looking to trade that to the downside. I will be shorting it. I will alert put options on it if we get that move. And then when we get down to 100, I'm going to be buying in my long-term portfolio for Alphabet down around anywhere from 97 to 100. That's my buying zone right here. I'll draw it out for you guys on the screen. This level right there. If Alphabet gets into this zone, folks, you don't have to ask me. I'm a buyer in my long-term portfolio if Alphabet gets into this zone. And that's the game plan there, guys. On those 5 names, we covered the SPY, Microsoft, UPS, Coca-Cola, and Alphabet. All have earnings tomorrow. Well, SPY doesn't have earnings tomorrow. SPY is the index, but those 4 stocks have earnings tomorrow. There's my game plan. That's how I'm going to trade those names going into earnings tomorrow. Now, final segment of the live stream Q&A. Any questions? You guys can ask me whatever's on your mind. Fire away. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Asking questions is how you learn. Go right ahead. Tell me what you guys want to know. If there's any questions about what I just covered, or you have specific questions about an individual name or something about trading specifically, you guys can fire away right now and ask me whatever's on your mind. Alexander Coppers. Trading your main income, or do you allocate a percentage of your income to invest? You should always allocate a percentage of your income to invest, Alexander. Always. You know, I like to teach people. So I've done a lot of workshops. I've done a lot of workshops with members specifically in True Trading Group about like how to build wealth in your long-term portfolio and like how to invest long-term. And I think that it's very important for people to, first of all, if you have like a 401k plan with an employer and an employer matches your 401k contributions, you should always max that out. You should max out whatever they allow because it's free money. If they match, 40%, you put up $100, they put up 40, that's free money for you. So whatever type of matching that a company will do for you, I think that you should max that out. But set aside some income. What I do every single month, I set aside a portion of my income to where it will be my investing capital. And this is money that I set aside to add in my long-term portfolio. I max out my SEP IRA every year. I do the max contribution that is allowed. Okay, I max that out every year. But then I also set aside cash on the sidelines for whenever I get pullbacks in the market, I have capital and I have ammunition to step in and to then add in my long-term portfolio. I have added to my portfolio every single year for over the last decade. For the first time last year, at the end of the year, I took profit in that long-term portfolio, expecting the big pullback that we had this year. But I have already begun adding to that portfolio back. But I still have about 50% of the cash on the sideline. So I've put about 50% of my money back in, but 50% still on the sidelines. Oh man, TBLT just got home from work. So bummed. That was early this morning. TBLT came out with an offering early this morning. We crushed TBLT last week. So we caught this on TBLT. You guys remember this is last week though. This was Thursday, Friday. So this is a home run for us in True Trading Group. We actually swung this from Thursday into Friday. We got long on Thursday around $5.28. And then we rolled this thing up there all the way well over $7. We anticipate this type of stuff though on these small caps. We anticipate like these small caps, you have a very high risk of companies doing offerings. So you really have to anticipate it. You take profit when you get it. Don't fall in love with these stocks, guys, especially these small caps, because these small caps are small caps for a reason. They're not good companies. They're not well capitalized. They need cash. They need money. And whenever their stocks start to go crazy, the companies take advantage of that and they raise money. Right? The companies take advantage of that and they raise money. So, that was an offering early this morning. That wasn't something that just happened now, Anthony. That was at 9 o'clock in the morning or something like that. TBLT announced an offering. Hey, Mike, is there anything I should be nervous about with this recession? It sounds all sunshine and rainbows. I was born in 1998. All I know is a bad recession. No, there's nothing you should be nervous about with this recession, Jad. Not if you're educated. Not if you're educated. The problem is, Jad, all you know, when you hear the word recession, all you know is dot-com bubble and 2008. Just so we're clear, 2008 was the worst recession that we have ever had in history. The dot-com bubble bursting being the second worst recession that we ever had in history. So all you have to look at, Jad, and to compare to are the two worst recessions that we've ever experienced. You've never lived through a regular recession. Many people on this live stream that are older have lived through several recessions, none of which were anywhere near as bad as 2008 or the dot-com bubble. I do not believe this is going to be anything even remotely close or similar to 2008. The jobs market is way too strong, way too tight. You did not have that in 2007, 2008, going into that recession. Yes, Victor, you are incorrect. That is the worst recession that we have ever had. You are talking about the Great Depression, which was from the 1920s into the 1930s. A depression and a recession are not the same thing. So Victor Matthew, the Great Recession, there's a reason why 2008 was called the Great Recession, because it was the worst recession that we've ever experienced, which is why you need to get educated. The moment that I get worried about this recession, I'll let you all know. I come on here and I talk about this being an opportunity because it is. This is not something that you should be scared of. Recessions are not something to be scared of. Recessions provide you with a complete destruction in asset prices that gives you an opportunity to purchase those assets at discount prices. Just like every single person, this is how I want you to start thinking of a recession. When it comes to investing terms, this is how you have to think about it when it comes to investing terms. There's not a single person on here that if I said to you, hey, it's November 15th, I need a new TV. Not one of you would go buy a new TV on November 15th. Why? Why would none of you buy a new TV on November 15th? Because you're all waiting for the Black Friday sale. The day after Thanksgiving, you're waiting to go to Best Buy and buy that TV for 60% off, for 40% off. You have to start thinking about a recession like you think about Black Friday, especially this recession. In recessions previous, 2008, a lot of people lost their jobs. The job market in 2008 was not strong. That is not the case today. You have record low unemployment and record job openings right now today. That will act as a buffer to shelter the economy from this recession. Yes, we'll go into the recession, but it's not going to be 2008. So you need to start thinking about the cash that you have, cash that you saved from not doing anything for 2 years, right? Money that you've made maybe in the value of your home appreciating, or stocks that went up last year, or whatever it is, or maybe money you put into crypto or anything else that you did. All right. You have to start looking at it as the stock market crashing because of a mild recession is you waiting for Black Friday to go buy that television. You have an opportunity to buy assets real assets that can appreciate in value. Never mind the TV that you go buy. 1 year later, it's lost 50% of its value because a new TV is on the market and the one you just bought is garbage. Not garbage, but your TV is not going to go up in value. It's only going to go down in value. You have an opportunity when the stock market crashes because of a recession. You have a chance to invest in assets, high quality assets at Black Friday discount prices. Okay. You guys need to realize whether you sign up for True Trading Group or not, using free videos on YouTube to try and do this without investing in a real community is a gigantic mistake and disadvantage, and one that you're going to pay for this week. It's whether you join True Trading Group or not. Just make sure you understand the background and the professionalism of the people that you are joining. Speaking of joining, we got to welcome Paul. Paul, welcome to the family, brother. We got to welcome Paul. We have 8 laptops now remaining. Paul, welcome to the family. TTGoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. Everybody, welcome Paul, the newest member of the TTG family. Paul, welcome, my man. Only 8 left now, guys. That's it. Remember, as long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. The 50% discount's good till midnight and the price goes up. You guys can send a text message if you have questions to 786-505-4047. All right. So that's it, guys. That kind of wraps up the educational part of this live stream. I hope it was helpful. I hope you guys have a better understanding now of what's going on big picture this week. I hope you guys feel more comfortable about my trading game plan for the rest of this week. I gave you guys the stocks that are coming out with earnings. I told you how I plan on trading them this week, what I think those stocks are going to do, how I plan on making money from it, what I think the market's going to do there as well. So I hope you guys got some value from that and feel better prepared here for this week. Now, listen, if you're not a member of True Trading Group and you are not interested in joining the platform, you can sign off the live stream right now. I'm done with the educational and the analysis part. But if you are interested, you want that 50% discount, you want a free laptop, you want to double your money back, let me show you the actual platform itself so you can see firsthand what you are actually going to be getting access to when you join the TTG community. Because we're like Netflix. You pay one price, you get access to everything that we have. There's no upsells for stuff in True Trading Group like courses and tools. Yes, we have like a lifetime membership, which is actually going away very, very soon. We have a couple of spots left, but we're getting rid of the lifetime membership. We'll probably be done with that in about a week or so. But for courses and tools, there's no upsells. You don't pay anything extra for that stuff. Okay. Like you're going to get our chat room where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on mic from pre-market till after hours. You're going to get all of our trade alerts. You got the mobile app that lets you be connected to chat, even if you're working a full-time job. This way you can get real-time alerts whenever we enter and exit trades. You get 2 small private study group sessions with a mod, one of our pro traders, so that you can ask questions, so that you can speed up your learning curve. Then you get the Benzinga news feed, which is going to help you guys get breaking up to the second news alerts, get updates on earnings. This will cost you over $1,000 if you went to Benzinga on your own. We've spent years building relationships with these companies to offer their products on our platform. That is what True Trading Group is. It is a platform that gives you access to the tools and the education that professional traders have access to, all for one price in one location. TradingView's premium charting software as well. This will cost you a few $100 a year. It's included with your membership. Trade Ideas Scanner will make sure you're focused on the hottest stocks during the day. That's a few $100 a year. It's free with your membership. ETNA's simulator lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data, so you can practice implementing what you are learning in the courses. This will cost you just under $1,000 a year if you go to ETNA on your own. Don't do that. It's free with your membership. We got to welcome Fabio to the trial. What's up, Fabio? Welcome to the trial membership. Guys, we do have a 7-day trial. If you guys want to join us for this crazy week and see if True Trading Group is right for you. Full disclosure, you won't get the $1,100 price point, though, if you want to become a regular member after your trial, and you won't get the free laptop. But if you want to try us out for 7 trading days, weekends do not count against the 7 days. It's 7 trading days. You can go to ttgthree.com. That is TTG3 spelled out TTG121keepOnCode.com. It is only $3. We charge $3 just to make sure that you are, in fact, a real person. Okay, there's no automatic renewal. There's no automatic upgrade. There's no reoccurring payment. It is just a one-time payment of $3 to make sure you are real. Go to TTG3.com, and you guys can join us for our 7-day trial. Fabio, welcome to the trial. On top of the simulator, our scanner, proprietary scanner that will give you guys the ability to create custom scans similar to FinViz Elite, but also let you scan for crypto. And you also get dark pool data, unusual options activity, stuff that used to only be available to professionals. Now you guys have access to it. A social sentiment scanner that would let you, that's actually scours through StockTwits, Twitter, and Reddit and tell you which ticker symbols are being mentioned most on the platform so that you can stay ahead of the crowd. Analyst ratings, short interest, insider buying on any stock that you're interested in. All of this is included, guys, when you join the membership for just the $1,100. Also, a watch list. Every day, the moderators will publish a watch list of the stocks they're looking at and how they plan on trading them, just like I just showed you my analysis. All right. Just like I showed you guys my analysis on those trades. You guys can get that watch list every single day so you know exactly what stocks we're focusing on and how we plan on trading them. And then you get access to all of our courses. Our courses are a simplified yet expanded upon version of the stuff I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it. We've got it in text and video, whatever's easier for you guys to learn. There are no upsells for more courses. They're all included in your membership for the $1,100, the same stuff that I received when I worked at a fund in New York. Then on top of the courses, there's a video library that has over 300 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars that we conducted live with members covering a variety of different topics like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, just to name a few. It's time you guys invested in something real, folks. Something that can actually help you reach your goals. Now, listen, I can't guarantee you success just because you joined TTG. But I can guarantee you a chance to develop the skills needed to reach your goals. And I can guarantee you that if you fail to make $1,100 back at least once during your membership, I will give you back $2,200, double what you pay to join us. Because when you join True Trading Group, we are in business together. You put up $1,100, I'll put up $1,100. You make it, I'm taking yours. You don't make it, I'm giving yours back and you're taking mine. That's the deal. And I think that's more than fair. You come to True Trading Group to make money. So if you don't do that, that's how we hold ourselves accountable. The choice is yours. Ball's in your court. This is the most important week of the entire year. You just got that warning, guidance warning from Walmart. The stock's getting pummeled. Walmart's down 10% right now. What happens if Alphabet says that? What happens if Microsoft says that? What about Apple, Amazon? You got the Fed meeting on Wednesday. We're going to find out if we're in a recession on Thursday. Now is the time to be educated. Now is the time to act. Now is not the time to hope and try to just go about this on your own. You guys better know how to trade in a bear market. There's a lot of money to be made when stocks go down. And right now, stocks are going down. Let's make money on the way down. When the dust settles, we take that, we add it to our long-term portfolio. We look back 2-3 years from now and say, whew, boy, am I damn glad I bought in 2022. Get your butts in chat. Take advantage. TTGoffer.com. TTG121 coupon code. Only 8 laptops left. As long as you see a laptop, you know you're getting one. 50% discount. I'm extending until midnight tonight only. Take advantage of it. I'll see you guys all tomorrow in chat while we kick off the craziest week of the entire year. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already. I'll see you guys all in